been a little while coming, but I hope it's been worth the wait because they don't get much bigger, they don't get much more powerful or even more famous than the Smith & Wesson 500. I was actually very lucky to end up shooting this gun while out in the States, and it was while I was actually in Salt Lake City. In California they had the 500 but they didn't have ammunition for it, and I experienced this problem last time I was there, so I was really gutted. I ended up finding out that there was a shooting range about 15 minutes away from the hotel where we were staying in Salt Lake City, so I had an afternoon free and went there, and they had absolutely everything you can imagine, all the ammunition you can imagine, as well as the availability of fully automatic guns. But talking about the 500 for now, I have to say that going to shoot this gun was very much like the first time I shot a live firing gun. The first gun that I ever shot was a shotgun or live firing gun, and I have to say, because of all the negative images that you see of shooting, if you're not involved in the sport, you think that, oh, if I'm going to be using a gun, I might get hurt. And with the 500, all you see on YouTube is people sort of being hurt by it, dropping it, not being able to control it, and it has this reputation, obviously, of being one of, if not the most powerful handgun out there. So I was very apprehensive. Went up to the point for my first shot, gripped it as tight as I could, got my stance as good as I could, and pulled away. And it was absolutely incredible. One of the best guns I have ever shot, and some of the most fun I've ever had with a gun, even though it was just 10 rounds. Yes, there was a lot of power. Yes, it really did kick back, but as long as you gripped it properly and you were prepared for the recoil, it was fine. The person that I was with had shot pistols previously on like a stag do out in Prague or whatever, but only 9mm, and we'd only shot 9mm, I think it was 50 rounds each before moving on to the 500. So he was someone that had never really shot, but he managed it no problem whatsoever. We felt very comfortable with the gun. The trigger was it was just like any other Smith & Wesson revolver, just absolutely beautiful. And I even had the confidence that towards the end I was sort of quick firing with it. So load 2 into the cylinder, bang, bring it back, cock, bang, and I felt completely comfortable with it. I'm not the biggest guy out there. Obviously I have some experience shooting sort of higher powered handguns now, but you really don't need to be scared of it. You don't need to have this apprehension that I had going into that shooting range. I think that, yes, there's the novelty factor of that, it's so powerful, it's this 50 caliber handgun, but unlike the Desert Eagle, I found the 500 just a joy to shoot. Just everything, it just felt well made, it just felt like a nice gun to handle. Trigger was good, the cocking mechanism was just beautiful, and I could have shot it all day. I did end up getting sort of a tingly arm. It did feel like someone was really punching your hand, and sort of half an hour after leaving the range, my arm did felt like it had gone to sleep. If you sleep on it funny and you wake up and you got like pins and needles, it did feel slightly like that. So I think if I had shot sort of 20-30 rounds, I would have really killed my arm in the end. So it's not something that you can just sit there all day shooting, but you can go there and shoot 10-20 rounds no problem. In terms of cost, I think it was around $45 for the box of 20, so a lot cheaper than out in California. I think they were like $5 a round, $6 a round, so it worked out to about $2.50 a round, so really not that expensive, under £2 a round. Really great fun. As I'm talking away there, I completely forgot that I actually have the box that we bought out there. Obviously it's empty cases, but I've got pretty much all the rounds that I had. I've given a few away to some friends because obviously there's quite a novelty to having a 500 cartridge, but that's what we bought. So it was $43 in total for a box. They are, let's have a look here, I will find it. So 500 Smith & Wesson, 325 grain bullets. Yeah, it's just a lovely gun to shoot, and there's that novelty factor there as well to say that you've shot a 500. So I really hope that you've enjoyed this video. I certainly enjoyed making the shooting footage with it, and I would jump at the chance to shoot a 500 again, absolutely. So I've got a few more videos planned for this, shooting in the US series. I'm going to do just a general one over the Glocks that I shot there, and maybe some more just the general pistols. Obviously, the most exciting one to come is the H&K MP5. I know a lot of people have been asking about that, and yes, I've purposely left the best to last. So that's still coming. I am going to show you that footage eventually, so you've got something to look forward to. But as I said, I really hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you soon.